Welcome to day one of our amazing summer adventure to the Philippines. We will be traveling for 23 days, not counting 2 days on the plane, and we will be seeing the islands of Cebu. We will be seeing the city of Dumaguete, perhaps Socorro Island, and the island of Bohol. Perhaps we will also go to Leyte, depending on what happens with the Strip. But after many months of planning, we are so excited to get started. So, tune in to my channel, and we will have a whole lot of videos that are upcoming. Stick around and we'll see you really soon. So here's the plan. We will first fly from Bradley Airport to Minneapolis, St. Paul, and then from Minneapolis, St. Paul to Seoul, South Korea, and then we will fly from Seoul, South Korea to the island of Cebu in the Philippines and arrive very, very late, almost at midnight on Monday, May 20th. Hey folks, so on our first travel day to the Philippines, which was May 19th, I actually reserved an Uber in advance, and this is something that I strongly recommend. If you have an early flight, to reserve an Uber in advance, because if you reserve the Uber in advance, it may cost a couple of extra bucks, but the Uber comes right to you, right to your house, and it's in their queue. If you don't reserve an Uber in advance, then you are at the mercy of whoever happens to be driving at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So in my case, we got up at 1:30 in the morning on May 19th. I had reserved the Uber in advance for a 3:45 a.m. pickup, so they ended up dropping us off at Bradley Airport around 4:30 or so. Our first flight from Bradley to Minneapolis was at 6:20, so it gave us enough time to check our bags and get on the plane. So for future flights, especially if you're early in the morning, folks, please consider reserving an Uber in advance so it's one less headache. And with almost 30 hours of flying time, it's not something that we could afford to take a chance with. 4:30 in the morning and day one of our wonderful adventure to the Philippines. We are in Bradley Airport in Connecticut, airport number 1, heading over to St. Paul, Minnesota, and then from there to Seoul, South Korea, and finally to the island of Cebu in the Philippines at 11:30 p.m. the next evening. So join us as we have more videos of our wonderful adventure to the Philippines. Talk to you soon. Hey folks, we just arrived in Minneapolis. Flight 1 is complete. It's amazing what a little bit of sleep and a cup of coffee will do for me. But now we have a 3-hour or so layover here in Minneapolis before our next scheduled flight to Seoul, South Korea. The gate is actually just a couple of steps from here in G4, and so it's very convenient that we literally walked off the plane and right to the gate. So I'll see you on the other side. Hi, Dan.
Hey, James. Where are we?
How you doing?
Good.
We're in Minneapolis.
And we're heading where?
heading to Cebu, the Philippines, but first we're heading to South Korea.
Okay.
Are you enjoying yourself so far?
So far, great. Can't wait to get there.
All right, Dad. See you later. Bye. Obviously, there's nobody here yet because it's early, but this is literally where our next flight is going to be. To Seoul, South Korea. It's a little bit early for one, but would be nice. Hi folks, it's with great pleasure that I can report that we have completed our second flight to Seoul, South Korea. This is Incheon Airport in Seoul. We have 3 hours or so before our final flight to the island of Cebu in the Philippines. It boards at 7:25. It's Korean Air number 616. We're scheduled to get into Cebu at about 11:30 or so tonight. So by the time we get to our hotel, which is the Hotel Mactan in Cebu, it'll probably be close to 12:30 or 1 o'clock on Tuesday, May 21st. But glad to be here, and certainly the jet lag is not that bad, at least not yet. But I'm looking forward to completing our flight and going to our destination in the beautiful island of Cebu in the Philippines. One reason that you know you're in an airport like Seoul is you see the robot. I think it's an airport floor cleaner. This is a beautiful wide open airport. So let's go to 267 where our connecting flight currently is. Kind of nice that they have a birria taco place. You know, although I've had 3 meals on the flight, the smell is making me hungry. And here's it. I guess you could take your luggage on the robot too. Oh my goodness. Let me get out of the way. Even in an airport like this, there's American brands. You might be able to see a Dunkin' around the corner here. I'm not going to go too far, but you could see a Dunkin' just below the walkway over here. And if I'm not making any sense, I'm sorry in advance. I've only been traveling for about 24 hours or so. Sometimes I have to pinch myself and say that I still can't believe I get a chance to do this. Let's make sure that I don't accidentally go through security without my away from the airport, because then I'd have to go through security again, and I don't want to do that. But as I was saying, so there's the Dunkin'. You want to get a coffee? You can get a coffee over here. Some duty-free shops. I kind of like the fact that, I don't know why this is making me laugh, but there is literally a bookstore that says bookstore over here. I'm sure it sells more than just books. But in any case, alright, so the next video that you will see from me is when we actually go probably to our hotel in Cebu, the Philippines. It will be the Hotel Belmont in Mactan. Stick around. Talk to you soon.
We could rent a room and watch the stars dance round the moon. Fall asleep to the sounds of the sea. With you right by my side, it's such a sweet life. Escape this time with me.